Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. This is AJ with the Plexi Film Show, and I am with...
I'm Zach.
And?
I'm Batman.
You're Batman? When did you turn into Batman?
A while ago.
A while ago? Why only a while?
But I'm also the Muffin Man.
How can you be both?
Batman has his secrets.
Anywho, for those who do not know or recognize the theme or the song before the theme, that was Six's theme, which is a character from Little Nightmares. So today we are talking about Little Nightmares 2 this time, considering we talked about Little Nightmares the last time we were on the gaming section. So this is the second episode, and I figured why not talk about Little Nightmares 2. And we're going to be continuing on with the sequels. So next week I will also be talking about Portal 2, which will be the last episode for this school year and potentially the last episode ever. We'll see. Wow. I'll keep you guys updated on if I will be able to continue my show after graduation here at WXUT. If not, I will be trying to make these episodes on my own or on another radio station.
Keep going.
So I'll keep you guys updated about that. But as of right now, we are here in the present, and let's stay here for right now.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about Little Nightmares 2. Little Nightmares 2 is about a suspense adventure game in which you play as Mono, a young boy trapped in a world that has been distorted by humming transmission of a distant tower. I love this game. This game has brought me so much joy in life and happiness since, it genuinely brought my happiness during COVID because it came out during 2021, right?
Was it the first time you played it was during COVID?
That's when Little Nightmares 2 came out.
Oh.
The first game came out before, but I played both of them during COVID. So that tells you how much I love this game, and this game is just so beautiful. What would you guys, considering you guys maybe watch people play it or played it yourselves, what would you rate this game out of 10 and why?
Ooh. I would have to say a good 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10?
Yeah.
That's so valid.
Most of the game is beyond perfect.
Yeah.
The only thing I kind of...
So you played it for the first time today, but you watched it. So you know the story, but you played it for the first time. There is a big difference between watching and playing it.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Apparently my character loves to dance a lot.
Yes, it does.
But throughout I wouldn't say the ending of the first, kind of the middle area of 1, and then through the first kind of part of 2, kind of feels like it drags on for a while, and it's kind of just the same thing over and over again.
It's trying to it's more so trying to prep you for what's ahead. Yeah. It's trying, especially number 2, you're different character. It's like, why am I a different character? So it's trying to introduce you to a new character, also with a new environment and potential new controls. So as well as new mechanics that they thought of.
I guess from watching it seems like it drags on, but playing, I can see now.
Think about it.
There's a reason for it.
This game has no monologue, right? Mm-hmm. It has no dialogue at all in any way, shape, or form. So they have to tell the story by the environment, by the music. I do have to say the sequence of them on the raft going to the school is really long. That drags out. I can agree with you on that. Yeah. But the sequence with the hunter at the beginning, I think that's perfect length. Because it's meant to, because I'll be honest with you, this game is so much harder than the first one. I personally think it's a lot harder than the first one. There is so much to it. So you'll see if you play it more at my place or on your own. Either way, I love the way you rated it. Zach, how would you rate this game out of 10 from what you've seen?
First of all, from what I've seen so far of the game, I would give it a 9 out of 10. The only thing is, I would give it a 10 out of 10 if I actually took the time and played the game for like a good few hours, because I know it takes probably a few hours.
It takes about 6 hours to complete.
Yeah, because it's a story game, I think, right?
Yeah, it's technically a story game, yes.
Yeah, I would give it a 10 out of 10 if that was the case. But right now, my current rating of it is 9 out of 10 because I've seen a few people play it so far. Like for you, for instance, it genuinely looks like a great game, and I think I played it once before, like quite briefly, but I don't remember honestly.
That's fair.
But I do like the movement and graphics of the game.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I like your paper brown hat over there.
Thank you. So, I would give this game an 8 out of 10. You guys make me want to change it to a 9. But, no, the only thing that makes me turn in an 8 out of 10, again, is the very clunky controls, for sure. Yeah. Which is honestly meant to be clunky because you're a child in a big world, which makes sense. The only thing I would have to say is another reason that knocks down to an 8 for me, other than the controls, would have to be not spending enough time on each boss.
Yeah.
The first one was perfect length. I feel like we really don't get to know much about the doctor. You probably don't know who the doctor is. He's further in the game. You might have seen pictures, but I don't think you really seen what he specifically does. But you don't really see much of the doctor. I feel like I'd love to know more about that.
Yeah.
And spoilers ahead, by the way, obviously with this show. The ending, do you know what happens at the end?
I've seen it. I don't remember it.
Are you okay with me spoiling it?
Sure, go ahead.
I was about to say, if you don't want to spoil it, step outside if you don't want to spoil it.
Like I'd never heard it.
Either way, what happens at the end is what makes it an 8 out of 10. It made me cry. So you do a 6 throughout the whole time, right? She kills you. She drops you. She had the whole chance to, hold you right and lift you up, but she lets go.
Yeah, okay. I see that. Yeah.
That, I was like, oh my gosh. No. Why? Oh my, no. So that scares me. It not scares me. It made me sad. It made me really sad because I really liked their relationship and friendship that they had. And we'll dive into a little bit more about that later and see what you guys think about that. Either way, we're going to move on to what IGN rates this game, which actually angers me. They rate this game a 7 out of 10. IGN does not know how to rate games anymore, let's be honest.
I see this.
They never know how to rate games. They're giving Call of Duty still high ratings while actual games
Bro, that's
lower.
wild.
Yeah.
That's wild, bro.
Wild.
Yeah. So they called Little Nightmares 2 delivers similar stealth and scares to the original, but leaves a less of a lasting impact. Like, really? I feel like this game has more of an impact than the first game, personally. It's another thing that I love about this game. It's harder. It's a lot harder than the first, and it's scarier than the first.
I think
it genuinely creeps me out more than the first.
I think the reason they say that might be because when the first came out, I guess, kind of with it not coming out and explaining things, the characters talking and whatnot, that was a little different. Mm-hmm. And then the gameplay was a little different. And then just the art and everything put behind, into it was different from any other game.
Yeah.
With this, we already expected something similar. So I can see where they're saying it wasn't as much of an impact because we already knew what was coming.
Yeah, but I feel like...
You know what I mean?
I feel like there's a lot more of an impact, though, in this one.
Well, there is, but some people might see it as, well, we already knew what was coming rather than, ooh, what is this new thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. I was about to say, there's a lot. There is some awards that this game has been nominated for and won. We'll start with the nominations. These were all won in 2022, or nominated, or all happened in 2022. We're going to start with the nominees. Camera direction in the game design, control design 2D or 3D, lighting and texturing. original light mix score for franchise, use of sound franchise, writing, and a drama franchise. So those were all what they were nominated for, right? These were what they won. They won character design and game and puzzle. And that's it. That's all they won.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, they deserve definitely about use of sound.
Right?
Both games are beautiful, like with their sound. It's so beautiful. So yeah, I'm maybe that year was really competitive in games, possibly, because I don't remember many games in 2022 that were actually as impactful as this one. But I could be wrong. I could look back and see what other games they were. But some of the themes that this game dives into is distorted authority, parasocial relationships, tragic, and inescapable cycle of betrayal. And you see that a lot in this game, actually. So yeah, those are the themes. Impact that this game has left on the gaming industry is the refinement of 2.5D atmospheric horror. So they're really good at, like, going screen direction and just telling a very atmospheric, horror. Made real fears of children come to life in dark and twisted ways, which I agree. Which, like, you see the school. Like, there's sometimes kids, depending on what your experience with school is, school can be terrifying.
Yeah.
And you see where they go with that. Like, teachers are terrifying to some kids, especially when I would say, yeah, I agree. Children, like tiny children, like, when they're first going to school, they're terrified. Yeah. That's something new, so I can see where that can go. They also tell us another impact. They tell a story without telling you straight up, as in no dialogue. I mean, not many games do really well with that. There are subtle puzzles, which I feel like with this game, there is puzzles. It's not hard to do. They're harder to find than actually doing anything else, because you don't realize what things are interactable because they blend it really well with the background to the point where you're like, oh, I'm supposed to do that? Oh, crap. Duh. All right. Moving on to the news. Little Nightmares VR game is coming out.
Oh, so that's why you wanted my VR headset, huh?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
All right.
All right.
I get your drift. That honestly sounds a little entertaining now that I think about it.
I'm going to get probably motion sickness. I bad motion sickness. No, I was playing, I mentioned this last episode. I don't know if you heard me. But when you, I know, but I don't know if you're listening on air or listening to the episode when I posted it. When I was at your house playing Portal, right, I was doing just fine until I got to the ending part of the game. I got motion sickness.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
I don't know why I got really motion sick. I don't know why.
And then you turn around like if I was still alive, because I was like so quiet playing Mario Kart.
You were.
Bro, I was.
Did I look pale? Did I literally look that bad? Like, or did you just...
You looked a little pale, but then you went to the bathroom and I'm like,
He'll be okay.
Yeah,
he'll be okay. No, it just would not go away. But I was like, I was so close to the ending of Portal. I'm like, I need to finish this game again, please. So I finished it. But yeah, there's going to be a new Friday 13th TV series in the works, and it's going to be a prequel, and it's going to be called Crystal Lake. There's going to be a Phasmo and Alan Wake 2 crossover event coming soon, and that will be from May 12th to June 2nd of this year.
Heck yeah.
Mel Brooks reviews Spaceballs sequel, which is called The New One. The new rising singer David was arrested for murder of a 14-year-old girl.
What?
I wanted to bring that up because he is one of the popular artists that made music for Kane. And I feel like that is something that we should dive into a little bit, obviously. But that's a little sad. Markiplier rescues a new dog, new street dog named Sandy from Thailand.
Interesting.
So he has a new dog. Yeah, I was shocked too. I literally saw it on his Instagram. I'm like, oh, whose dog is that? And I saw Markiplier in the top left. I'm like, it's Markiplier's new dog? When did he get a new dog?
Dog Company.
What was the name?
Sandy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Dog Company.
What?
Dog Company. Dog Company. Lethal Company. You would understand if you...
Yeah. Call of Duty movie is set to release in June 30th of 2028.
Oh my gosh, I wonder how that's gonna go.
I don't know. I don't know what story they're gonna tell.
Look at the recent reviews of like
any of
the
the
Steam
games.
Yeah, I'm just afraid on how that movie's gonna go because
it's not.
What do
gonna
you
go.
expect out of the movie? Like
I don't
honestly.
know. I don't know what they're gonna accomplish. It's probably gonna be something nothing related to COD
Bro.
in any way, shape, or form, or just gonna be a new story that's gonna suck and made with AI.
I was gonna say something, but I can't mention it.
Fair enough. You can tell me after if you remember. Halloween 4v1 game, right? You're going to be also needing to rescue NPCs throughout your gameplay. How do you guys feel about that for a multiplayer horror game?
Wait, what?
So you know Michael Myers, right?
Yeah.
You know how they're making a new game with him?
No, but I should look into this.
Well, it's going to be 4v1 like in, Dead by Daylight, right?
Yeah.
But you're also going to have to rescue NPCs in the game while playing with other players.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to go.
I don't trust that.
I'm kind of scared. It's kind of reminds me of if you put Siege in Dead by Daylight mix because you're like,
Yeah.
I got to take care of the hostage.
Just put those two games together. No.
There was a new Air Bud movie going to be revealed, and it has. It's going to tell the story of how the original Air Bud has died, and there is now a new dog for the new Air Bud series.
Every time you mention a video game and a dog, I think a COD Ghost.
Oh, this is a movie. Air Bud's a movie.
All right. Well,
You just think of Riley, though,
yeah.
from COD Ghost. That's fair. You like COD Ghost, don't you, Squidward?
I do.
Don't you,
I do.
Sony announces an R-rated Bloodborne animated short film, or not short film, animated film at CinemaCon. How do you guys feel about an animated Bloodborne? I mean, I don't know much about Bloodborne, but knowing enough about it, I feel like that's going to be really cool.
I had to take an online training about bloodborne pathogens for work, so
It's not the same
I'm
thing,
not
but
very thrilled. I know.
I
I just-
know
I just clicked that up.
Yeah.
Jacksepticeye's doing something with all of the movie or whatever they're doing.
Bloodborne?
Oh, that's what you're trying to reference, right? Yeah.
Is he helping with Bloodborne?
I
I don't know if he's doing that.
hold on.
Dude, can Twitch stop gifting me subs? Like, who is this?
So you know that happens when someone gifts subs, right? And you're following someone.
Oh, yeah. But
We'll look more into it on the break. Don't worry about it. We're gonna move on. Let me know when you find it.
All right.
Just speak up. Obviously, just speak over me. Spider-Man face model teases mocap session with cryptic spider hint, and I'm confused what the heck that is talking about, but we'll see.
Okay. Producer Sean McLaughlin, better known as Jacksepticeye, is officially attached as co-producer for this.
For Bloodborne?
Yes.
That is dope as heck.
Yep. Because I think it was on his Instagram or his YouTube that he posted something about it. So
Who knows? It's Jacksepticeye. Anything's possible.
facts.
He's really into like TV series and animated stuff compared to Markiplier. He's more into the movie, film industry, and horror.
His last video is I'm making a Bloodborne movie.
That is awesome. I love that. That is awesome.
He's part of the.
He's
startup of
so
everything.
excited. I'm surprised he was even able to announce that he's working with it because of contracts and whatnot.
Yeah.
But he probably isn't allowed to give certain information though. But,
Yeah.
there is a new Insidious trailer that is going to be dropped. Even though I thought Insidious Red Door was supposed to be the last one, I don't know. This feels like it's just a money grab. I feel like James Wan right now, and I understand why he dropped out of Insidious because he's like, this series is supposed to be done. Why you keep making more?
yeah.
So, yeah. Either way, that's everything for the first segment of the night. That is all the news. That is the impact, the themes, the awards, and our ratings. So, are you guys ready for a 15-minute break?
Sure.
Yes.
All right. We're going to be back on at 10:35. It is currently 10:20, so we'll be back on at 10:35. We'll come back with some weather and some other questions for the night. All right. I want to put you guys on to the amazing soundtrack of Little Nightmares 2. Enjoy. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. And this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show. And I am with...
I'm Zach.
The Muffin Man.
The Kane himself. And today we're going to be continuing to talk about Little Nightmares 2. And we're going to be starting out with the weather for the week. Are you guys ready for this?
Yes.
The weather is supposed to be low 37, high 48. Sunny and chilly. Tuesday is supposed to be low 53, high of 71, sunny and breezy. And slightly warmer. Wednesday is going to be high of 72, low of 51, sunny and warm as well. Thursday, high of 78, low 56. Very warm, partial sun though. So it could be nice and cool during the shade. Friday, high of 77, low of 55. Cloudy and warm with afternoon showers. So that will cool you down after a long day's work. Saturday, high of 64, low of 48, cloudy and a little bit cooler. Sunday will be high of 66, low of 47 on the last Sunday of my show. Clouds followed by brightening sky. So it's going to be a nice and beautiful day on that Sunday. So, what do you guys think of this weather for this week?
Okay.
Just all over the place.
Yes.
It's chill for the most part. I'll be at work anyway.
I'm not
so
excited about the 78 degrees one or any of the 70-degree ones, but that's just me.
I end up taking my jacket off during work anyway.
That's fair. I mean, you are moving around
Yeah.
a lot, so. So, we're going to be diving into some of the merch that this game offers. So, the actual company themselves gives away plushies, figurines, shirts, sweatshirts, and the soundtrack as a vinyl. And then some of the fans will be producing their own stickers, shirts, sweatshirts, and posters as well. And there are supposedly comic books for this entire series of Little Nightmares. So they can either be found online or physical. All right. I am going to be asking you guys this question. Who is your guys' favorite character in this game?
A Little Nightmare. I'm sorry.
You don't know any character, do you?
No. Okay, give me a break.
All right. Kane, who's your favorite character in Little Nightmares 2?
Hold on.
I mean, I guess a character that wears a paper brown bag?
That's Mono.
Mono.
Yeah.
So you are Mono.
Yes. Mono is my favorite as well.
That's what I got.
We're not talking about that yet. We're not talking about that yet. I would say, I'll mention it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Have you figured it out?
This one's hard though.
All right.
Why do you
Because
like
I
the
want to say
characters?
6, but I also feel like that doesn't really end well.
Yeah.
So I want to say Mono, but I feel like that's popular. So
I don't say he's quite popular, but in our circle, yes. I believe in you. Any of the bosses? You can like any of the bosses.
I had to look up just to make sure I wasn't forgetting anybody.
I believe in you. I know the bosses are very unlikable. I feel like there's only one likable character, and that's the Thin Man. So,
I think I'm going to have to go with Mono.
Mono as well. Heck yeah. Mono flat across the board. That's awesome. All right. Who'd you guys get from the character quiz that I sent out to you guys? And if you guys have a description for it, please read it out loud. Starting with Kane this time. Who'd you get for your character?
I'm good at reading things out loud. I got the doctor.
Interesting. Okay,
That's
explain why.
It says, you don't look too good, man. You tend to take things seriously, and you are devoted to many things, keeping your word on things. You aren't that patient, though, but your actions tend to be thought out. You are kind. Oh my God. You are kind of a perfectionist, and you tend to get angry over little things.
You are a perfectionist.
I am. You feel as if people don't understand you or what you're doing. You tend to talk a lot as well. Passionate about what you do.
I don't think you're talkative. I think you're kind of
I
quiet.
can be if I'm really passionate about it.
That is true.
Other than that, not really. Also, you're apparently really scary. Like, WTF. That terrifies me.
That is fair. Doctor is pretty messed up in the game. So
yeah, I was.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Right? Like, I agree with some
like
things,
bits and pieces,
yeah.
but I don't agree with the full thing either. Zach, who'd you get?
I got mono.
I hope not.
I did. All right, what's that supposed to mean, bro? All right.
Don't look it up. Anywho, what's the description for mono?
Yes, my favorite little hat kid. You're quite carefree, wanting to help others at any chance. You prefer to spend time with others, though in small groups.
That's true.
You're pretty dang smart, but you can appear to be stupid. You got a lot of brain, kid. You are pretty skeptical of things and very observant. You are very compassionate, and you just have a big heart that you want to share with others. You also magically control TVs.
That last part's funny.
I think I just screenshotted half of the description.
That whole thing is very true. That whole thing's very you, Zach. You're all everything of mono. Very shy, very kind, always willing to be in small groups. You don't really like big groups. But when you do, you tend to still focus on a smaller bit of the big group. And the other thing is, you are really smart, but there's some things that make me question. But that's besides the point. But you are really smart about a lot of things that not many people are really knowledgeable about. And I'm jealous of that. So
yeah, if you ask me about building computers, I can rant on for hours.
Exactly. You're very technical, and I really am proud of you for that, because I wish I was very smart with electronics and tech. So I'm not. I know the basics. You can just give me a software.
I know tech support.
See, you're more of a hardware, I'm more of a software, if that makes sense.
That's very true, yeah. Yeah.
But the thing is, I won't be able to use the software if I don't have you, aka the hardware.
Yeah.
So, do you guys want to guess who I got?
Mono.
No. It's actually really funny. I'm excited to tell you guys.
I want to say 6, but
Little Nightmare.
I don't think so.
So, all right. I got Monster 6, actually.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Uh-oh. They're big now. Kind of creepy. You feel misunderstood by most people, even the ones you consider close. You feel as if they do not listen to you, but you can't really blame them, can you? You don't feel like yourself sometimes and enjoy value in the little things, which is true. The things you cherish and bring you comfort. You try to focus on the happier times and push forward, but it's hard. You don't know why you feel so empty and sad, but at the same time you do. You just want it to stop. You just want someone or something to understand. Also, you're 20 feet tall. So, what do you guys think about that description? Am I monstrous 6?
Honestly, for the most part, yeah.
Am I that depressing, guys? Like, come on. I can't be
I'm
that
not saying
depressing.
you're depressing.
I know.
I'm kind of just trying to take that out of that description, but okay.
That's fair.
The first part I understood very well.
You're...
Do you yeah.
He's just AJ, bro.
I'm just AJ. I'm here.
You're very understandable and relatable, but you're also very open-minded.
Yeah.
So
is that what makes me like hard for people to understand?
No.
It can be.
Okay.
But to most, not really. I think the fact that makes you
allegedly
hard to understand would more so be your personality.
Mm-hmm.
you're kind of all over the place, and you don't really go into much depth at first.
Yeah.
You kind of just say like the surface of things, and you just leave it at that. So then it's like,
are you gonna expand on that?
Yeah, are you gonna explain anything? Or,
Like if there were like a bunch of stars in the night sky, he'll be like, "Dude, look at that half moon up there," and then just not acknowledge the stars at all. Like,
yeah.
Is that not like a great description?
No, that's a good description, honestly. Can you guys give an example that I've done that to you guys before? Because I can't think of any.
Yeah, several.
No, name one.
No,
name a specific one. Because I can't think of any that I've just been very broad. I mean, I'm very broad about my life.
Yeah.
An example of what specifically?
Huh?
An example of what
Just where I just talk about very broadly, not really dive into, and just move on from it. I know I do that with like my life. I don't really like talking about myself.
Like I have.
Like what? You can go ahead. Or do you not have one? Because I'll go if you don't.
Go. I can think.
Like when I first met you, which I can see, I just met you. But even like after a while, there was like just different topics I can't think of off the top of my head right now that you would like bring up. But then like I would ask more, and you'd be like, no, I'll talk about that later. And I'm like, okay. And then just over time, we either like went into it or we didn't, and it's just been like
a mystery.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you leave a mystery, and I don't think it's intentional. I think you just forget.
Half yes and half no.
I think
I just did it right there, but that's besides. But no, I know I confuse a lot of people, and I don't know. Like you said, there's sometimes that I genuinely do forget it, because I do forget a lot of things. But there's a part of me that genuinely loves to make my life a mystery. I'm also the same type of person. I know it's going to get very depressing, guys. It's going to get very sad. But I'm the same type of person that I don't want people to cry when I'm dead. I don't want people to be, oh, he's gone. I want people to be happy that I lived and been in their life.
Don't worry, I'm going to cry in my chair for the next 2 hours.
Well, that's the thing. I don't want people to be sad. I genuinely want people to be happy that I was in their life and like made an impact on their life. I want people to think about the lessons I've taught them and the lessons that they've taught me. You guys all, I mean, people say the people in your life adds to your personality. It's true. I agree with that. And it's also one of those things where, I hate to say this, I kind of want my life like Perry the Platypus. You know, like how at the end of the Phineas and Ferb and in the second dimension, right?
Okay.
You know how at the end of that he had everybody's brain like wiped? I want everybody like that with me. Is that sad to say? I just don't want people, like, I don't want people to think about me. I don't want people to dread about me, and that's the best way to do it. I know it's very depressing and it's very deep, but it's just, I don't know. I'm also the type of person, like, again, I don't want people to be sad that I'm gone. So.
A lot of people do not agree with me on this. I actually just talked about this with a couple friends, due to people I've lost. But, you know, some people ask, some people don't. But it does come up, like, would you rather feel the pain of losing said person? Or would you just prefer not to remember them at all? So then you didn't have to feel it because you didn't know them. And without a second thought, I would rather, I don't care how bad it hurt, I would rather feel the hurt of missing that person than not at all.
Yeah, I get that. But I know like everybody's going to feel about me differently, but I don't want it to hurt someone so much they're not going to want to live their own life because I'm not in it anymore. I want people to expand their life because of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and that wouldn't be on you.
Yeah.
Different people just cope in different ways.
Yeah,
and some people
and I
don't know
can't
how to
control
cope with
that.
it,
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much you can do about that.
Yeah, that's true. Moving on from the deep topics, we're about to dive into something even deeper. Why? actually, we're going to jump into some theories. I have a lot of theories and some added, like, mystery that is going to be answered or potentially answered.
Oh, boy.
Why do you guys think Six betrayed Mono? I want to hear you guys' answer before I answer this question for you guys. Why do you think Mono betrayed? Or why did Six betray Mono? Sorry.
Man, I don't know.
Take a guess. I mean, considering you don't know much about the game, I want to hear your thoughts. So throughout the whole game, you're spending your time in this game as Mono. Mono's the main character. While in the previous game, you are Six. So you already know who Six is, but you don't know the story of her until this game. And in this game, you find Six, and you see that she finds her iconic coat. And you build a relationship with Six. And not like a dating, like a friendship. I should say friendship.
Six is a separate character?
Six is the other character you are with throughout this game.
Aha. My mind.
But yes, you build a relationship / friendship with Six throughout the whole game. And you really see that, like, immediately, like, you in this game, you can literally grab Six's hand and bring her with you.
Yeah.
And you can do other things, but, like, you know, throw them, just throw Six. You can throw objects. This game has a lot more mechanics than the first game. But, yeah, you build a relationship with Six, and you just see her betray you. Why do you think she betrayed you?
Feel like me.
Go ahead, whoever.
I was thinking more either like a external factor that we just can't see, or mental health. Just because like it's been going on for so long and so many like tragic things, that it just like consumes her.
That's fair. I'll dive a little bit deeper into that in a second. I got you. Zach, how about you? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean...
You don't know? Do you want me just to answer it for you? I got you.
Please.
So, there are some theories that Six did not want to eat Mono. And if you do not know, what do you mean eat? That's crazy. Why would she do that? And if you guys don't remember, in the DLC of the first game, she does eat another human being. She eats the lady. She eats the boy in the DLC of the first game. She's already done it before, and she does not want to consume him because she genuinely cares about Mono, and she feels like he doesn't deserve this in any way, shape, or form. Or the other theory is that she's just overall just evil. Another theory is that... Hold on a second, I'm trying to get to that. Oh, yeah. So it's either that or that she knows that there is a loop going on. So there's a whole entire theory about the timeline looping over and over, right? And that's where you see the glitch kids, right? And the glitch figures and whatnot. So there's a theory that there's that loop going on, and Six thinks that's the answer to end Mono. Like, she feels like she's actually killing Mono and ending that loop as well.
Got you. Okay.
So, out of those theories, which one do you think is the correct answer? Either she does not want to eat him, or do you think she's trying to stop this loop? What do you think? Because if you think about the loop, is Mono turning into the tall man, and the tall man just keeps going on and repeating the same process over and over. What do you guys think?
I think it might be kind of just wanting to get out of it.
Just get out of there? It doesn't even care? Out of the loop? Okay. Same thing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Fair. I personally feel like there's like a mixture of both. Personally. Like, I don't think she genuinely hates Mono.
Yeah.
But I also feel like she's also trying to help them both, like themselves out.
Well, that's where I was kind of going, kind of like in mental health. It just kind of got so consuming that it's not that she wanted to, but also at the same time, she did in a way, just not with the intention of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's also one of those things, like, there's multiple versions of one another where they just keep failing, and they're trying to get out of this loop. And there's also a theory that I'll dive into a little bit later that will answer this a little bit more. But one thing I have observed is that another proof of the time loop happening is you see legs, like really long legs, in the second game that looks like the same figure of the tall man, but it obviously and you just see his legs. So maybe that version of a timeline, you see that Mono himself or turns into tall man. It was trying to end the loop, and you think, he more so thought that was going to end the loop by himself.
Yeah.
So, or just end the suffering of himself as well, because you are literally doing this stuff out of control because you're being controlled by the tower, which is also by the shade. So, that's a little bit of why Six betrayed Mono. It is currently 10:55. So we are going to go on a 15-minute break. So it will be 11 by 5 minutes. So we'll be back on at 11:10. I'll see you guys in about 15 minutes. We'll be coming back to the amazing theories of this game. I'll send you guys back over to the amazing soundtrack of Little Nightmares 2. This is AJ with the Plexi Film Show, WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. Want to hear the scariest show on WXUT? Well, listen to NPCast Fridays from 2 to 4 a.m. in the morning. NPCast covers all horror-themed games that are targeted towards children and why they shouldn't be. This is AJ with the Plexi Film Show, WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. And I am with...
I'm Zach.
I'm Batman.
And we are going to be continuing to talk about Little Nightmares. And how was your guys' break? Do you feel refreshed since you guys have your coffees?
I'm using my coffee for tomorrow at work.
Nice, nice. How's yours taste, Kane?
Nice and cold.
Nice and cold?
Nice and cold.
That's always good to hear. Because who likes warm coffee? I know Zach does. I know some people do. I don't. I like mine iced. I don't like... I also just don't like hot drinks.
I like both, honestly. I'm not picky about coffee.
Yeah, same.
Except for when it's black coffee.
Yeah, no.
No.
You don't like hot drinks either?
It depends.
I don't like hot chocolate. I don't like... I just don't because I don't like hot drinks.
Leave.
I'd rather have chocolate milk. It's the exact same thing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is. It's just warm chocolate milk. That's all it is. Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah, it is.
No.
I know so. All right.
Oh, my God.
We're going to have a debate about what's better, chocolate milk or hot chocolate. Like, it's obviously...
Chocolate milk's better.
It is better. So much better.
But you can't just disqualify hot chocolate.
It's bad.
No.
The only thing that makes hot chocolate good is the marshmallows.
No.
Otherwise,
here's the thing.
It's so bad.
Chocolate milk is for like summertime or like just in general. Hot chocolate's when you're cold.
Yeah, when I'm cold, I bundle up in a blanket.
Obviously.
Nice blanket, some hot chocolate.
Nope.
Leave.
Dude, it looks so different with you being in an actual like chair.
Chair, not my chair.
That is true. I didn't see that until now. I'm glad you mentioned that because I'm so used to you in a wheelchair, so I don't really think about it much. Because technically, you're still moving around. Well, technically, you're moving around a lot more because that chair, it's not as easy to move side to side like this. So.
Yeah.
Anywho, you guys ready for some more theories?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've already dived a little bit into this, and this is going to be a little bit simple and very plain, but I just want to hear this from you. I already mentioned it, but I want to hear if you guys actually believe it or not. Wow, I can't speak. My body is not acting normal tonight. Who is the real identity of the Thin Man?
Oh, I had a whole thing on this a while back, and I don't remember any of it.
So this is gonna dive a little bit into it. Like, it's gonna go from this theory to the next. So, who do you think that real identity is of the Thin Man?
I'll
give two options, and then I'll tell you which ones you think, or I'll ask you guys, see what you think, and then I'll tell you the real answer.
A paper brown bag.
Okay. No crap. Are you saying that? Are you saying that character, Mono himself, is the Thin Man?
Maybe.
Okay. Who do you think is the real identity of the Thin Man? So you might not know this one. It's a little bit more tricky, but obviously.
I know he's...
Do you mean give you options?
Sure, go ahead.
So the two options are either that it is Mono,
okay,
some guy just controlled by the cell tower, or it's an investigator.
Ooh.
Choose wisely. I'll dive a little bit into both.
I want to say an investigator, but I also want to say what's controlling the tower.
I didn't choose. I wanted to hear you guys' thoughts.
I want to say it's him.
Okay. Zach, who do you think?
I think it's kind of Mono.
You think it's Mono? All right. So the correct answer is an investigator, actually.
Interesting.
I personally think so, at least. Thin Man himself is forced to do the signal tower's bidding. We don't know who's actually controlling the cell tower, right? And I feel like that is the hardest one to figure out. I have not figured it out. Either way, Thin Man himself is forced to do the bidding for the cell tower himself, which is claiming fresh souls to power its world-bending transmission. Once freed, he wants to destroy Six and Mono is Thin Man according to this, because calling upon his younger self to free himself from the cell tower, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to kill his younger self to end the cycle, to free himself from the control of the cell tower. So that is one theory. The other theory that I find is the investigator, right? So this dives into the theory is what existed in the Pale City before the Signal Tower, right? So the town, at some point, I'll just read through this. If you have any questions, feel free to chip in. Just start speaking, honestly. Don't even raise your hand, just start speaking. Throw your thoughts and opinions. The town at some point had to, have been normal. We see that throughout the game. We see a lot of real humans dead. We see a lot of real humans remains, school books, food, so many other things that you see throughout the game. Time is no longer a construct anymore in the city. The city used to be a full functioning one, used to be normal, but controlled by a tower and kept their natural instincts. So that's what you see from the teacher. The teacher has somewhat of a natural instinct to teach, right? That's the teacher's job. Mm-hmm. But obviously there are some twisted aspects, and that's where the cell tower comes into place. Same with the Thin Man, and we'll get to him in a second. Thin Man is copying another version of a Thin Man or something on the TV. Thin Man wants to, kidnap children of the tower or TV or the TV world. The artwork for the game, you see some office of an investigation desk and someone sitting there doing an investigation, right? It is Thin Man. You see that when you see him standing up. The Thin Man grew up corrupted by the Signal Tower himself over time. If he was PI, what was he investigating? And, well, we're guessing missing people and missing children. Mm-hmm. consumed by the TV more and more, and the people became more consumed by the TV themselves, and their clothes would be left behind. It took a while for the TV to take over the city, right? And the doors were boarded up to hold those who were changed by that, to hold them off from the normalcy. The children sent out to find, or Mono was just sent out to find the children, and he'd go investigate them. Since when the signal tower takes over, what they do but holds, the people holds, their old habits themselves. Same with Mono himself, which is doing his or not Mono, Thin Man, because we're not sure if it's Mono or not. I like both theories. I personally think the investigative one is more accurate, but with that loop, maybe Thin Man just grows up into what was the original Thin Man. That's my theory.
All right.
And then, obviously, Mono takes over the habits of Thin Man and is very similar in personality, and that's probably why he's able to hold those habits of what was Thin Man. Or, what I also seen in that video as well for Thin possibly being Thin Man, in the shadows, especially controlling the TV, the shadow behind Mono looks like the shadow of Thin Man. So it could be Mono as Thin Man's younger self. It's really confusing. It's so hard. That's one thing that I love about Little Nightmares. There's no answer, no correct answer.
Yep.
And we can only guess and speculate. So what do you guys think? Do you think it's Mono? Do you think it's Mono portraying the Thin Man's personalities in that time loop? Do you think it was just a normal investigator that got corrupted, and obviously Thin Man himself got corrupted from the South Tower? What do you think? After I told you guys everything.
See, I want to say that it's Mono, but I also almost feel like that's kind of too predictable.
Yeah, I know, so right? Like you hear the investigating one, is like, that's so cool. That's like, oh my gosh, I like that. But it's also like, it makes more sense that it's Mono because we don't have much for the investigation side, because all we have is potential artwork that we were given.
It could really be both.
It could be both. Could be potential for both at one point, depending on the timeline and, time period, obviously. But yeah, it makes you think. I like this game. That's why I love Little Nightmares. It makes you think. So, obviously, with the first, enemy or boss you deal with throughout this game, right? You deal with the Hunter. So the Hunter, I feel like, is the most, deep character besides for the Thin Man.
Yeah.
I feel like he's the hardest to know because he's pretty much just thrown in. Obviously, he's a hunter, but we don't really know much other than that. And you have to speculate each boss by themselves that way as well. With that said, you first encounter him at the beginning of the game. He wears a mask to hide his distorted face, which was probably happened from the South Tower themselves, because that tends to warp people's faces, and you see that throughout the game. He hates his appearance. He tends to show that by breaking mirrors. He has traps for those who tries to enter his home, so he has traps laid out through the whole forest and around his house. He conducts experiments on people and animals. You see that through the taxidermy people at the table, which I think was confirmed that was his family, that he was trying to replicate what he used to live or, had. He's very good with his shotgun. You see that. Yeah. He's very crack shot with that thing. You also see a heart with an arrow carved into the tree when you're playing throughout that sequence. So that could also mean that he dealt through heartbreak.
Okay.
So that could have caused his, darker side and whatnot. He became lonelier and lonelier and tries to bring the life that he used to have by setting the dead corpses of his family as company. He takes people as hostage, as you see was 6. Over time, for what reason, who knows. He tends to either, struggle breathing because I think he tried to himself because he was just lonely. So we try to end it, and you hear that throughout the chase sequences, he struggles breathing. So that's probably caused by that, or a potential answer caused by that. So, what do you guys think of the Hunter as one of the bosses? I think he's really unique, personally. I feel like it's definitely a great intro to how dark this game is.
Yeah.
I mean, you literally use his own weapon against him compared to the other bosses you face in this game.
I think a lot of the other bosses kind of have all the same, type of feel to them. They're very patternized.
Yes.
Where he's literally in his own little world, and you play him a little differently than
as others.
Yeah. So
that is true. I want to actually ask this question. Just came up with it right now. You guys, Zach might not know. You might. Zach, if you want to chip in, feel free to do so. But I don't think you will know the bosses. But what's your guys' favorite boss in this game?
I would say Mono.
Mono's not a boss.
I know. I'll just say the main boss of the game.
The main boss would be Thin Man. So yeah, that's fair. I feel like he's cool, but I also wish you could deal with him a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because Mono has powers you see at the end when you're facing Thin Man, and it's just like, oh, he's easy to kill. Yeah. So it's like, oh, what the heck is this? Like, that was not difficult. Like,
whoopsie.
Yeah, it was a little disappointing, but it was also cool because you're like, oh my gosh, I'm using his own powers against him because Mono can warp time.
Yeah.
And that's where you see him controlling the TVs and whatnot. So it's really interesting. Who's your favorite boss? Money Man?
I want to say between the Thin Man and the Teacher.
Teacher's terrifying.
Yeah, that's the part. Like it was very like out there, and I don't know.
I don't know who my favorite is. Gosh, let me look at the bosses.
I didn't know how to feel about that. So I think that's...
What do you mean?
The Teacher, just like...
Oh, well, what do you mean?
Compared to like the other stuff, I felt like that was more unpredictable than the rest.
I mean, yeah, she's Stretch Armstrong, man.
Yeah, so it's like you figure that out, and it's like, okay, well, like what's the extent of this? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I think that was the thing that I wasn't sure how to feel about it.
That's fair. One thing I also like about this game, I know I keep, milking compliments for this game, but this game deserves a lot.
Don't ever say that again.
What? That's what it's called, milking. Either way, I love this game because not only they use the bosses as the difficulty, but there's some parts of the game that are just like minor characters, as in the children, the mannequins. It's still hard without the bosses there.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it. Like, there is no chill with this game. It's tense. I don't know what my favorite... I feel like my favorite character design for the bosses would have to be Evil 6. She's really cool. Terrifying. But I feel like sentimental, like 6, like as evil, is very kind of sad in that moment.
Yeah.
But probably one of the coolest designs. But I feel like most fun to fight would have to be the Hunter. So
I don't know in that one. I haven't played it. So
I mean, from what you observed, come on, you already said Teacher was your favorite because the coolest aspect of it. But
the Teacher looks interesting, but I guess I'm gonna have to agree with you on the Hunter. I guess now that I think about it more, it's more. I feel like it's more a little relaxed, but also chaotic at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's, like I said, in its own little world rather than kind of all put together with the rest.
That's so true. It just feels like one thing I do like about Little Nightmares, if you watch videos about this game specifically, the game itself is one of those games where you only see what the camera is pointing at.
Yeah.
And I love it so much. And if you watch videos on this, there's some videos out there where you can see what you don't see, so what you see on the outside of the map.
Okay.
And it dives into it. I showed a little bit of Zach earlier where it dives into the janitor from the first game, and when you kill him, it's just breaking his arms.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The guy just disappears while the arms is still there.
Was it the real...
Long arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
You just see the arms, because the arms technically break off, and that kills the janitor.
Yeah.
But all you in the perspective of 6, when you're fighting him,
Yeah.
you don't see the actual character disappear. While you see these behind the scenes, you're like, that is funny. And especially with the cage, the long arm, when you're first like trapping 6 for the first time.
Yeah.
That's just an arm. That's not attached to anything. It's great. It's phenomenal because you don't really see these things, and they do that because what's the point of attaching these things to the bodies? This is making it difficult for them, and it's not like you're going to see the whole thing anyways.
Yeah.
So I think it's really cool and smart at the same time.
Arms.
Magic arms. All right. More, this is not really a theory, but it kind of like is a theory. So I don't know if you remember this. This is asking for a very specific moment in the game. So you deal with chess pieces in this game periodically. And there's a specific chess piece where you see a child attached to a chess piece. Right? I don't know if you remember that. Look up chess piece child Little Nightmares 2. That's going to look up really weird on your search history. But he is strapped to the chess piece. And he's not a porcelain doll at all. You know how the rest of the children are actual porcelain dolls? Mm-hmm. It's rumored that he's genuinely a real child. Did you see it?
I'm not seeing him. Hold on.
Either way, he is specifically tied to the chess piece. He is rumored that he was the model for the porcelain dolls, because if you think about it, all the porcelain dolls look very similar in styles, right? And it was rumored that he was trapped there due to the teacher, right? And he was trapped there because he was, being a bad kid himself. He got trapped there, and the teacher trapped him and let him starve to death, right? And again, he's a real child, not porcelain, by the way. So he's starved to death, and you see the porcelain children and the teacher throughout the time of the school, right? Because, again, this was a real place, and you see that the cell tower had the, teacher and the porcelain dolls take over the school, and you see that slowly in the humans and the children were trying to escape throughout time. And I'm guessing this child was the one that was left behind and never got to be able to escape. And they let this child pass away. So I think that's a really scary thing to think about.
Yeah, I'm not finding anything. But
you're not finding anything? But doesn't that sound scary, though? Like, this game seems like it would be childish because you just see, oh, he's a little bitty character, and you're like, oh, no, this is dark.
Yeah, it goes... At first you think it goes deep, and then once you start actually doing research and noticing more things as time goes on, especially with the different games, you realize how deep it actually goes.
Yeah.
And how many things, even though you know it's deep, you still don't know the answer to.
This. Right here. Big picture. You don't remember seeing that?
I do not.
Well, it's during one of the puzzles with the chess pieces, but it's dark. I mean, you saw it. It's dark. Look at it, Zach. That's what happened to the child right there. He's starved to death.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's strapped there, starved to death. This show, guys, somehow we always come back to death one way or another. But this show is really dark. I love my movies. I love my dark humor. Not dark humor, but you get my point. The dark and twisted stuff is what is entertaining to a degree because it's not real.
Yeah, and it's a lot of people strive away from adding that stuff to games because they
if
usually
it's
try to
not
make
done
it,
right, it can portray something really bad.
and they try to make games for everybody, and this game isn't made for everybody, but it's still good.
Yeah, but I feel like it's not this one because I definitely feel like this one is harder.
Yeah,
but I feel like the first game is definitely made for people that are not experienced. I mean, I don't think you need to be very experienced to play any of them.
Yeah,
but for someone that doesn't touch controller, they're not gonna be able to play it that easy.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I agree. Looking back, I don't really play with controller or really games like this in general. But as someone kind of, I guess, like I know the aspect of it, just actually playing it myself.
Yeah.
This was a very, I guess, newer player friendly game compared to other games. Where it's mashing buttons and like just in the heat of
you got to
moment.
figure it out.
Yeah, this was kind of more laid back and it introduced you into everything, but it was still intense at the same time.
Yeah, and that's why I love Little Nightmares. It's intense, bro. All right, we're gonna take a 15-minute break. It is currently 11:35. We are going on a 15-minute break. We'll be back on at 11:50 actually, and we'll come back and finish up our show.
Bananas.
Thank you guys so much. This is AJ with the Plexi Film Show, WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. Need a break from the busyness of life? Turnstiles features a ton of amazing rock artists like Billy Joel, Rush, Yes, Zeppelin, and so many more. DJ Sawyer brings a whole lot of grit, a whole lot of soul, and nothing but rock and roll. Thursdays from 2 to 4 p.m. Hello, everybody. Welcome to WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. And this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show. And I am with...
I'm Zach.
Who's this guy across from me?
Jeez.
The Muffin Man.
And today we're going to be continuing to talk about Little Nightmares 2. And all I have left for the night are 2 more topics. Technically 3. But that's usually the last question of the night type of deal. What I'm going to be talking about is some fun facts and behind the scenes. So, some of the fun facts are that you see Thin Man in the shadow of Mono when he enters. The TV's already mentioned that before. Another fun fact is the TV song that you heard or saw from the first game is also in the school scene when the kids are singing it. So the kids are singing their own version of that song. The hospital mask that you see looks like the guests from the first game, and one looks like Roger, which is the janitor. And that, you can see that. Or the mask could also be made that way from the doctor, you know? They could be making the humans look like that rather than just those masks, you know? Moth, there's a moth-looking character or creature or a bird, who knows? But you see him in the rooftop room, and he could potentially be a whippoorwill. That's what the name that this guy gave this creature. So yeah, that was really cool. I thought that was cool. There's this lollipop child, right, that you see from the comics. And this supposed child uses that lollipop, right, as a weapon in the comics. And that could explain why some of the porcelain dolls had broken heads and broken pieces off. So I thought that was really cool, personally. There's another scene where you see tentacles in a bathtub, which could also be appreciation of Lovecraftian stuff or just trying to add more lore to the world. What do you guys think of that?
Spooky.
Because that is like completely different. There's nothing water related in this. So I genuinely think it's probably just a nod to Lovecraftian lore.
Yeah,
So.
I agree. Wow, just throwing stuff all over the office today.
Yeah, for real though. All right, so some of the behind the scenes is that spoken words in this game, or not spoken words, is loud. Well, technically no words, just voices that you hear from the characters. But they're usually, really well known when there is groans, moans, or grunts. I mean, the characters falling, getting hurt, being sensed. You hear that, and they're very well known. And because all you have, other than that, you just have music.
Yeah.
There's nothing else. There's no dialogue. So when you hear those grunts, moans, and groans, it's very shocking. Like I said, the no words themselves enhances the nightmarish element to this game. And I can agree to that. I don't know about you guys, but I know with there just being no words and just music, I think it definitely enhances it because there's no dialogue censoring or hiding behind it at all. It's just, this is what's real in the game. This is what you're seeing, and put you in those shoes rather than covering it up with dialogue. So the piano teacher that plays at the end tells us who she is. And I think that's crazy because I forget what the song is called, but it's such a subtle song because the title of the song, I forget what language it's in. I can't identify it, but I can tell you what the title translates to. And considering the teacher, right? Teachers usually teach kids. Mm-hmm. That's what the title kind of translates to, is that she teaches kids and gives them the knowledge that they need. And I think that's like a cool way to throw the lore in the game a little bit, that her as a teacher means a lot to her. So, which is kind of crazy because you see how crazy violent she is.
Yeah.
I wish I had a penny of how many times I said crazy this whole show. I'd be rich.
Maybe you're just self-reflecting.
I'm just wild. What can I say? There is a lot more outdoor element to this game than there is in the first game, which I think makes it a lot more scarier because rather than just feeling trapped, you're more so lost compared to feeling trapped. You feel claustrophobic in the first game. Compared to this, you're lost because you're like, okay, this is a huge city, and I'm just going through building after building after building. How do I get out of here?
Yeah.
So
I feel like it's kind of a mixture of both because you're in this big city kind of not knowing when it's going to end, but also in that alone.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, when is it going to end? Is it going to end?
Yeah.
So then that's where the trapped feeling comes in.
Exactly. Which is scary to think about. And talking about that, with the last 3 minutes we have, we're going to finish this up real quick. What do you guys think this game symbolizes, considering this game dives into nightmares, specifically childish nightmares? What do you guys think this game dives into? I know the first one dives into being hungry and greedy.
Trauma.
What type of trauma? Zach, what do you think this game symbolizes?
A little bit of comedy, horror, mix of comedy and horror. I might be on that.
That's genre.
Jeez.
I'm saying, what do you think this game is trying to represent, like the meaning behind it? Like, what's the overarching story that we should be learning from this?
Trying to run away from the old lady.
What do you think, Kane? Well, you said trauma. What type of trauma are you thinking? Come on, I believe in you. I was thinking more so trauma of hierarchy. Ooh. As in, you have the doctor. Think about how bad our medical system is here. You got the teachers. Think about how bad the American education is.
Yeah, I can see
and
that.
we're told to listen to them when they don't know what they're actually talking about.
Yeah.
And we're told to trust those two things specifically a lot because, the education is, important in our life. We're learning from that. And then doctors, they're holding our life accountable. So those two things are important. And they suck in the U.S.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a nightmare that we have. And you see it as an early age. But to leave you guys off hanging, this is the end of the show. I hope you guys had a wonderful night. Last message, real quick. You guys got 50 seconds. Go.
YouTube channel. He'll be linking it in the description below and my Instagram.
Kane.
Let the past go. You can't control it. Focus on the future.
Yes.
All right.
And in the moment.
This is AJ with the Plexi Film Show, WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. Have a wonderful night, and I'm going to send you guys back over to the amazing soundtrack of Little Nightmares. Have a great night, guys.